The country has made it quite clear that what am I doing? Am I turning this up and down? It's going up and down. Where's it going? Up. Okay. That's going, it's working now. I'm a little hurt. I like Florida. I like the politics of Florida, but they're saying New Yorkers shouldn't run away to Florida because we might bring our left-wing commie action there. And I admit, New York is becoming a den of the Reds. And I don't mean the Reds of the MAGA movement. I mean the Reds of the hammer and sickle. We got a commie, a Muslim commie, which is a contradiction in terms. How can you worship two gods, Marx and Muhammad? But apparently they do. Or this guy, I can't even pronounce his name, Mr. Uganda, an Arab born in Uganda to privileged parents who probably exploited the Ugandans. What is an Arab doing in Uganda? Probably middle management for the colonists. Now he wants to middle manage us. What he's trying to do is he wants this to become a commie town. And he's hurting the little people, not the big people. The big people love to be in a commie town because they would have all the privileges. He's going to have what you call government subsidized bodegas, which means the mom and pop bodega will be put out of business. Or they're going to compete with government subsidized bodegas that are basically going to have what you call a limited cuisine. But they'll initially just knock out all the old little people. And there was like a $20 billion they were going to invest in these things. So, or $20 million, whatever it was. It was more than a bodega can take. Ah, it looks like that psychopath who killed those kids is going to get a plea deal because of what you call your lenient district attorneys. They want to go through the case and have it maybe things turn south on them. So this guy, who I just look at the guy and I'm saying he's guilty. He's a guilty man. He looks like a psycho. If it looks like a psycho, looks like a psycho, talks like a psycho, talks like a psycho, walks like a psycho. Aha, guys. He's a psycho in disguise. Oh, yes, he's a psycho in disguise. We're so out of business. This is a reduction of this lunatic. Was a Marxist. He wants to seize the means of production. You know what the means of production means? It means he wants to. That's basic commie stuff. Commie 101, and works so good for the Soviet Union, seizing the means of production. Of course, he's not a commie. He's a social democrat, which means commie light initially, and then. Up against the wall or into the gulag. And back off. Oh, Mr. Trump is winning again. The Canadians were getting all hot and bothered because we're gonna tariff them as bad as they tariff us. And then there was an economic war against us. And then we said, okay, let's go down. Let's run down that boat. And they folded. They folded like they do fold, the Canadians. If they would fold if it wasn't for us. Ingrates, predator and hunt. You know, there are a lot of people who are crazy nowadays. They're nuts, and they're looking for a cause. Some go to the right, some go to the middle, and some go to their own little situation, their own little fantasy. The lizard people, the Martians. They come from more, and then the Jews, and then everybody else. Jewish people are being persecuted right now by these anti-Israeli people that don't want the Jews to have their own homeland. This is a problem for the Jews. They're a minority wherever they go, and they tend to overachieve. And they can overachieve on all lines, business, politics, arts, which means they're authority figures. And when things go south, they're going to be the fall guy. It's classic. Classic. Dairy to dream. Apparently, people get nightmares from dairy. They're lactose intolerant. Now, I like milk and I like dairy. So I'm just going to ignore you. And I don't know why everybody's going after the cow people. Because they don't want us to have the cow, the commies. They're having us drinking tofu milk. Let me tell you something. I like almond milk. You're not going to get me to drink no tofu milk. Punk band pro. Apparently, wanting to kill Jews is now part of punk rock, at least in the UK. You know, they said screw the Jewish soldiers. What? The Israelis are not allowed to fight back against psychopaths. Ah, the new plan was the Team Narnia plan. They got all went right wings, they got all the scientists together, and they knew where they were. That shows you that the support for Iran is paper thin. Paper thin. I tell you. Stealing school thunder. Now we're supposed to apologize for having like the national coaches or the Indians. And now these psychopaths, they don't stop. You know, we're starting the generic names, so you can't say, you know, chief, like a chief, because you know, a chef. They have the same words. Yeah, they're commies. They'll never stop. You gotta tell them when they start to try to steal your team name that's on the Indians. You tell them, you give them a comment, tomahawk chop. The only way to deal with liberals or progressives or social democrats is the way they deal with you because they're very violent people. Dalai Lama, no, I didn't know about this Dalai Lama. When the Dalai Lama dies, they have a little kid who grows up and wants his things. He said, that's my flute. That's how the new Dalai Lama got his job. They found the kid and he found the Dalai Lama's old stuff and he would say, that's mine. That's all you need to prove that you're the Dalai Lama. I don't know. Seems a little, you know, I don't know. I don't want to curse anybody's religion. They have the respect for religion, not politics. Politics I have no respect for. Because that's like religion only with no God. It's atheist religion most of the time. Reborn identity. Vlad's food for force. Vlad's by the force. He's going to win that war. You better get that mineral rights or something out of it because and get those Ukrainians out of there. I'm sorry. The Russians going to win. It's a war of attrition, and except for us, some little country's not going to win. That's Finland in 1939, and that's Germany in 1945. Telling you. Uh, let's see. Do I have any more? There we go. I don't look bad. I kind of look good. Let's see. AOC is battling some bar. AOC is battling the Ukrainian. He's been in real war. Ukrainian AOC says she's a tough girl from Queens, not Queens, the Bronx, and she can eat Queens boys alive. Well, she happened to be raised in a very nerdy suburb, so it's tough people. She's not that as bad to be raised in a suburb, but she's not acting like she's a gangbanger. She also, when those patriots attacked on the January 6th, she was hiding in a closet. That's the tough girl there. Well, this Ukrainian war veteran is going to raise against her, ethnic against the foe. Noise beats down. Apparently, this is a lawless country at this point in the blue states, and they're having drag races in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the streets. What they have to do is give these kids serious time and serious consequences to their action. Contempt. They have contempt for law. Beanbag charge. Bean. I don't know. Anyway. say, can't you see? We gotta get rid of the commies. We gotta do what we gotta do. Who and whoever that will be